and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift Worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Wait. Hello. Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Stephen and Victoria on the Zwift Run Live YouTube channel, the Film My Run Facebook page. We're doing the Film My Run 500 this morning. Well, Victoria is doing the Film My Run 500 with tired legs, and I have tired legs, and I'm not doing the Film My Run 500. I'm just standing here chatting to you guys. The plan today is that we run 500 metres of elevation. We stick the treadmill at 12% and we climb. Let me just tell everybody that in chat. Start raising your treadmill to 12%. Welcome along. Hope you are all well. Get ready to climb. We walk out the first few hundred metres. Remember, we are not trying to race. We are not trying to raise our heart rate too high. This is all about discipline, control, and getting it done. That'll do. I couldn't think of the word that I want. What is it? Discipline, controlled, disciplined, relaxed? Is that the word I sometimes use? Disciplined, controlled, slow. I suppose I use slow as well, don't I, sometimes? Slow, disciplined, controlled climbing. Tina Beard, good morning. Clive Finnimore, good morning to you. We've also got Mark Mansueto is with us today as well. We've got our usual crew from Thailand and Malaysia racing off ahead. Staff from Belgium is there. Faredas, hello there to you. So quite a few. We've got about 20 odd runners in the event today, and there's about 5 or 6 of us sticking rigidly to the instructions this morning. Victoria is in the right at the crux, basically, of marathon training now. We've got about 3 weeks to go before the Paris Marathon. So it's one more really big, heavy week of training for Victoria, and then 2 weeks of tapering. So we will be out in Paris for the Paris Marathon in the middle of October. So yeah, we start off with a walk, and when we get to... Oh, hang on a second. Right, Mark Mansueto says no YouTube his end. Okay, maybe I need to sort that out then in a minute. But Facebook should be on, and Twitch is on. Facebook and Twitch are both on, and I'm looking at chat, so if you're watching those channels you can say hello via those channels. YouTube apparently is not working yet, so I will get YouTube up and running any second now. Once we get to the arch, we start a gentle jog, full stop. It will seem slow, it may seem too slow. Trust me, it gets harder. Right, let me just go and sort Facebook, YouTube out.
Good morning. Morning, Andrew. Thanks, Clive. Clive has confirmed that YouTube is working. I have tired legs. I'm going to try to keep to the full 12%, but if my heart rate goes up towards the end, I will lower the incline. Tina's got tired legs too, and a hilly run tonight. Good luck, Tina.
So, approaching the arch, get ready to get up onto your toes. Well, if she's done the Film My Run 500 and she's done a hilly run tonight, she deserves to go to the pub afterwards, doesn't she? We'll give her that. Hi, Yoko. Well, I think you can do a late join, Yoko, if you want to join the run. You can sign up now and get on the treadmill and run. Andrew Cutmer says, are you hoping for a PB in Paris, Victoria? She says, fingers crossed. Victoria's PB is 4:24 for a marathon. I think well, unless something goes disastrously wrong, I think she is well capable of beating that time. Okay, from now on, your heels do not touch the floor until the end of the run, full stop. All that happens now is we get faster each kilometre. Try to maintain a high cadence and a short stride length. Hello, camera 2. We will also play the 150 game. So, in order to make sure this is not a cardio session, we try and keep the heart rate below 150 BPM. We are working the legs, full stop. We are not trying to reach VO2 max. You should be able to finish this run and then be able to run again this evening or tomorrow morning. Oh no, I think I've lost the beacon. You should be able to finish this run and then feel able to run again tonight or tomorrow morning. If you make this a hard session, you might be too fatigued to run tonight or tomorrow morning. So it's all about efficiency and maximising the number of miles we can do in a week without becoming injured or tired. Mark Mansueto says YouTube is now working for him. So there's our overhead view of the treadmill. It's because of the light you can't actually see, but it says 12% there. It says 12 there on Victoria's treadmill. And we've got our sets of buttons in the middle. And then Victoria's going to point to her speed as well, which is there. So I don't know if you can make that out. It's 5.5 kilometers per hour at the moment. Mark Mansueto is going to reach a personal milestone at the end of this workout today, 1,000 miles for the year. He says he only started running 2 years ago, so he's feeling pretty chuffed. Well done, Mark. Good job. Fantastic. So Mark will have run, by the end of this run, Mark will have run 1,000 miles this year. Amazing work. Victoria, what's your heart rate say? Cadence. Okay. In case you are not watching the live stream, Mark will reach 1,000 miles for the year at the end of this run. Having only started running 2 years ago. Well done, Mark. So, approaching the second arch, that'll be 1 kilometre done. The whole run is 4.2 kilometres, and in that time we reach our 500 metre goal. Nearly time to increase the speed to 6 kilometers per hour. Full stop. This should still feel relatively comfortable. Full stop. Stay on your toes. Let me know what your heart rate is currently. Right, we are now at 6 kilometers an hour, or Victoria's 6.1 because she's fastidious and has OCD, and even though I programmed the workout at 6, I know it says 6.1, but my idea was 6. I just can't get it to do 6. Anyway, so 6.1 if you want. Clive Finnemore's heart rate is 124. Tina Beard is 136. Chris is 140. Well done, guys. All still well below 150. Mark Mansueto is at 130 BPM, so very good, everyone. Nice and comfortable going into the second kilometre. So we have just over 3 kilometres left of the Fulmar Run 500. I could have run today, but I've made an executive decision that because I have now not got any big races coming up at all for the rest of the year. I'm pacing Victoria around Paris Marathon. That'll be fine. And then the next big race really is not until next year. Hopefully we're going to get to go to Gran Canaria and do Trans Gran Canaria. So that'll be the next big race. Fingers crossed. So really, I've got nothing to train for. There's no reason why I shouldn't really take a week off of running and just let my legs relax and recover a little bit after Ben Nevis. So I think that's what I might do. because very rarely do I take a whole week off and do nothing. So I think that's what I'm thinking I'll do this week, is just do nothing this week and then come back next week. But that doesn't mean we won't be streaming. Victoria will be live, and I'll be commentating. And if Victoria can't run, I will still commentate on some races. I did mean to do one last night, but actually totally forgot. After swimming, we all came back. We were really tired. The kids wanted to. The kids wanted a bit of extra time playing in the pool last night. So we didn't get back till a bit later, and I genuinely totally forgot about it until 9 o'clock at night, and then I realised we hadn't streamed. Never mind, there we are. Tina Beard agrees with my choice of taking a week off to just let the legs recover. TV Guy Australia, he says, on the list of things we would like is a good workout creator for Zwift. Yes, absolutely. There is ZwiftWorkout.com. Is it ZwiftWorkout.com? Which is a third-party workout creator. You can create time-based or distance-based workouts. You can't do power-based workouts on running, but I don't think many people would want to do that anyway. Hello, Amy. Amy's with us. We're all okay, thank you, Amy. Yes. There's no inbuilt Zwift workout creator, which would be good to have. I have a feeling that's still quite a way down the list for Zwift devs, Zwift developers. But never say never. We might suddenly get one day. The cyclists have it. Runners don't. So usually the things that are in cycling make their way eventually to running. But as we know, we are and have been for the last 6 to 8 months in a bit of a hiatus. If you're not aware, a few months ago Zwift had a big investment and a lot of new members onto the board of executives. It wasn't exactly a takeover. It wasn't a takeover at all, in fact, but it was just a huge financial investment and a lot of new members on the board, and Zwift has taken time out to reassess where they're going with the platform, with the systems, and running has taken a big back step, or a big hiatus in terms of development on the running side of things. So we're still waiting for Zwift to kind of say, right, we're ready to go with running again. At the moment, we're simply just hanging on, waiting for new development to happen in running. And that is all kind of dependent really on how well cycling goes in the next few months and how well hardware development goes on the Zwift side of things. So Zwift are currently developing their own branded Zwift smart bike, and I'm hoping, I have no evidence of this whatsoever, I'm guessing that they may well be trying to develop their own Zwift branded treadmill as well. Don't quote me on that. That's just a complete guess. I have no inside information. But I'd love it if one day in the next year they announce that they've developed a Zwift smart bike and a Zwift smart treadmill, which will be available at a knockdown £1,000 price for everyone. That would be awesome. Amy's off to work. She says, hope to join you on a run soon. Yes, Amy, definitely. So we're still at 6. We have 2.6 kilometres left to go of the Film My Run 500. Apparently I'm missing comments. TV Guy says, enjoy your week off, Stephen, just in time for Zwift Academy to start up next week. Yes, if you haven't joined Zwift Academy this time, please do so as soon as you can. Zwift Academy will be a run, a ride and a triathlon academy this year. So you can join all three, or you can just do one. Obviously, I'll be joining the Zwift Academy run. But there are plenty of people who try and do all three disciplines. If you're one of those, good luck to you. You'll have a lot of work coming up over the next month. And next month, as we know, the winners of last year's Zwift Academy run will be running the Berlin Marathon. If you look on the Zwift Facebook page and on the Zwift Runners Facebook page, you will see videos of the Zwift Run team out in Berlin and their training that they've been doing. Yeah, I don't know the exact. What is the date? Is it this weekend coming up? Is it that soon? Andrew Cutmore, yes, I noticed that as well. He says, interesting to see that Susie Chan has joined the Peloton team. Yes, I noticed that. So it's an interesting, because before they've had people who are not well-known faces, whereas Susie Chan, certainly in the UK, if you don't know, in the UK, Susie Chan is a very well-known kind of celebrity ultra runner. I mean, well known within the running community, not really wider than that. But she's certainly a face that people know and a name that people know. She's not an elite runner, but I mean she has won races, but she's a decent runner. Yeah, she's joined Peloton, and that's interesting because before they've not had well-known faces join Peloton. So it'd be interesting to see how the Peloton audience reacts to that, because of course Zwift have had well-known runners like Mo Farah, who've joined Zwift and have led runs before, but not on video, which is the other different thing. We've not had people on video in front of the camera, other than people like me and Victoria, who obviously we're not celebrities or well known. So it'd be interesting to see if Zwift do anything like that with well-known runners, putting them on camera, getting them to do workouts with runners. Whether that be copying Peloton too much, I don't know. Victoria says she's open to job offers. Is this Tina Beard telling John Farrell to get the incline on his treadmill? Very good. I missed all that chat between John Farrell and Tina Beard. Very good. Yeah, John says he spends more time recovering. At least that's what I tell people. Right, Phil Nell. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for your input on the Zwift Run pod. It is working. I wanted to ask, how do you automatically cycle between camera views when you're running? I have a little program on my computer, so this won't work when you are if you're running Zwift on iOS, on an Apple TV or your iPhone or an iPad. But on the PC, I use a little computer program called Auto Hotkey. I downloaded Auto Hotkey and then I programmed button presses. So on Zwift, if you press keys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through to 0, then if you press those buttons, you can cycle through the camera angles. And I've done a program which automatically presses those buttons at random intervals, and also the left, right, and up and down buttons for like the drone view. That program automatically runs when I run Zwift, and I haven't got them on today because Victoria doesn't like the camera angles being on. She likes to see the view from behind. She says she gets disorientated otherwise. What was that you said, Victoria? Right, well, I haven't got any latest in-game chat for some reason. I don't know why. I've got Chris at 152, Tina Beard at 143, heart rate, okay. So Chris's bust at 152, he's out. Tina Beard's heart rate is 143. Victoria's heart rate is... Well, Victoria's getting annoyed with me because I'm not reading every single chat message out, and I'm not reading every single thing that comes in game, but I can only do what I can do. Victoria, you need to concentrate just on your run and not worry about me. I will manage the stream, you manage your run. Right, here we go. So, Kauto the Legend says on YouTube says following the bad PR with the Peloton treadmill earlier in the year, getting Susie Chan is clearly a strategic move to restore confidence. Good move, Matt from Nottingham. Thanks, Matt. Right, Clive Finnemore says now. Victoria and I having a little domestic here in the shed. See, Victoria always gets annoyed at me when I miss stuff out on the chat. Well, she reckons that's because I tell her off for missing stuff out when she live streams. So, I don't know. We're not getting niggly with each other, I promise. Hot kettle black, says Victoria. Right, okay, here we go. We are now at 6.5 kilometres an hour. We have less than 2 kilometres to go over the Film My Run 500. Stay on your toes, everyone. Full stop. It should be feeling a little bit more difficult now. Victoria's heart rate is 143 currently. Victoria's heart rate. A TV guy says Zwift style of training versus Peloton style of training are very different. Peloton added Susie and Jermaine Johnson in the last week or so from the London Peloton studios, which I guess just opened. Okay. Right, John Farrell is now telling me off for picking on Victoria. Listen, we always pick on... She picks on me as badly as I pick on her, okay? We've been married for 10 years, so we know how to pick on each other. When do we reach our 10th wedding anniversary? 11th of November. Okay, so we've not been married quite 10 years. All right. 9 years and 11 months. With fingers crossed, we will actually reach the 10-year milestone, but you never know. Right. Matt from Nottingham says, I can't give Victoria a ride on as I've only just added her on Zwift. So here is my ride on for encouragement, and he's put a thumbs up. Thanks, Matt. Victoria says thank you. Clive's heart rate is 142. So there are still quite a few people who are managing to stay under 150 at the moment. If you are still under 150 BPM, you are doing fantastically well. If you are well over 150, consider reducing the incline a little, but stay on your toes. Chris is 149.9. You've already gone over, Chris. Victoria's up to 146 now, but if she stops talking and just concentrates on the run and don't get stressed out with me missing comments out, you'll bring your heart rate down. Just ignore me, Victoria. Most people try to. It's a good strategy. Andrew Cutmore. I think this is in reference to us trying to stay married until 10 years. He says, our thoughts are with you, fingers crossed. Oh no! Tina, that's awful. Oh, good grief. Well, Tina, you shouldn't be here. You should be going and looking after your husband, Tina. Tina's out over 150, but that's very sad news, Tina. There's far more important things to think about than running and heart rate. 1.4 kilometres left to run of the Film My Run 500. He probably didn't want you to be upset, Tina. And I guess running is a way to take your mind off it, that's for sure. So in 200 metres, we will go up for the final time, for the final kilometre, up to 7 kilometres now. We'll finally see the avatars running. If you're wondering why the avatars are walking, it's because the speed that the runners are actually going is pretty slow. So Zwift will not make the avatars run until we get over 6.7, until we get to 6.8 kilometers per hour. That's when the avatars run. And if you were on the flat, this would be pretty slow running, but seeing as we're at 12% elevation on the treadmills, it's a good speed to run at, to get the work into your legs, but not to tire yourself out too much. But believe you me, people who are running in this are feeling tired now. They are starting to feel pretty fatigued. Victoria agrees with that. Victoria's now at 149 heart rate. Just see if you can stay below 150 until we get to the arch. 60 meters to go. Just relax, breathe easy. Relax, breathe easy. Keep those strides short and head into the final kilometre. Step it up now to 7 kilometers per hour. This is where you will make the gains in your training. Do not give up at this point. And Victoria's just gone over. Victoria has just hit 150. But a good effort to get to the fourth barrier, the fourth arch. That's a lot of people goals. Amanda Moore has been desperately trying to reach the fourth arch under 150. I usually hit 150 about halfway along here, or maybe just before the final arch. Very rarely do I manage to make it to the final arch, and even more rare that I make it all the way through the run. I have done it a couple of times. Clive Finnemore's bust, he's at 150 now as well. So the heat of the day, it's still warm here. We are halfway through, or over halfway through September. So it's only a week or so till October actually, and it's still warm here. Outside today is very sunny and warm. So Victoria will be feeling the heat, even though she's got both fans on. This is hard work. 1 kilometre left now. Only 1 kilometre to go, guys. Keep it up. So, runners are running at what am I talking about? 7. Runners are running at 7 kilometres an hour at 12% incline on their treadmills. So for each kilometre, they will run 120 metres into the sky. And overall, over the 4.2 kilometres, that gives us 500 metres of climb. Now, if you do that twice a week, that's 1,000 metres of climb, which is just over 3,000 feet of elevation every week. If you do that every week in your training, you will be fit. You will get a lot fitter. Mark has just hit 150. Well done, Mark. Matt says, are you planning to go away at all to celebrate the pending 10-year milestone? We haven't got anything planned exactly, no. We are, I think we're going to say Paris Marathon, which is just before our 10-year anniversary. Paris Marathon will be our kind of romantic weekend away. It will be romantic. It'll be lovely. Victoria will run a PB marathon, and then we'll go out for a celebratory romantic coffee at Starbucks. Oh, sorry, McCaff, not Starbucks. We'll go to even more stylish. We'll go to McCaff on the Champs-Elysees for coffee. And a macaron, apparently, is what Victoria wants. So that'll be our 10-year celebration. Andrew Cutmore says he watched a documentary on Courtney Dauwalter yesterday. What an amazing lady, such a talented runner. Yep, Courtney is pretty much without equal now, the world's best ultra runner, having won the UTMB race 2 years in a row now, 2019 and 2021. And she has also won the Moab 250 not long ago, 250-mile race outright, beat everybody. And what else is she? I'm not sure she's done. She hasn't won Backyard Ultra, but she did 68 loops, and then the one guy did one more than her. I think that was back in 2019. Maggie Guttural has won the Biggs Backyard Ultra. So the first woman to win Biggs Backyard Ultra was Maggie Guttural. I think Courtney Dauwalter was the assist, came second the year before to Johan Steele, if memory serves. So 600 metres left to go now. 400 metres until the arch. Well done everyone who's running and listening on the stream as well. Victoria says this is hard work, but she's getting there. Victoria did a half marathon test yesterday, by the way. We did a half marathon yesterday, so she's done 21 kilometres yesterday, and now running the Film My Run 500 this morning. Tina Beard is still at 12%. Amazing work, Tina. Well done. Fantastic. Leo says, just a quick hello, Stephen, and good afternoon, Victoria. Says, I won't bang on about Ben Nevis, but well done, mate, regardless. Leo, it's totally my own fault again. I mean, I won't bang on about it either, but I'll just say, after the DNF, and having talked to Victoria, we realised it was my error again. Basically, I hadn't thought about how much effort I needed to put in between checkpoint 6 and checkpoint 8. Getting to checkpoint 6 at the bottom of Ben Nevis was my main goal, and when I knew that I'd done that, when I knew that I could easily do that, I slowed down on the descent from Ben Nevis, and then I spent too long at the aid station at checkpoint 6. And I needed to get out of that aid station quick. I needed to run down from the top of Ben Nevis quicker, and I needed to spend less time in the aid station, stop faffing around, and get running, because that time was still precious. Of course, you know, I got to the checkpoint 8. I got to checkpoint 8 90 seconds too late, and was timed out, and so I couldn't complete. I wasn't allowed to complete the last 10k of my race. But if I'd not faffed about, if I'd not messed about at the aid station, if I'd been a bit quicker down the hill, I would have made it with plenty of time to spare to checkpoint 8, and I would have finished the race. But there we are. Never mind. Next year, I am going back next year. Leo, if you want to join me next year, I know a couple of other people were saying they'd like to do it as well, thinking about doing it next year. So anyone else who's interested in running Ben Nevis Ultra next year, it is hard. You have to be quick. You cannot mess about. But yeah, come and join me next year. I will be Ben Nevis next year. Yeah, there are other distances as well. Go and have a look at the Ure events website. Right, let me just say well done to everyone. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Full stop. We'll see you all again for more on Tuesday. Final 200 metres. Go as fast as you like, but stay on your toes. And it looks I've lost the beacon. I don't know who else. Has anyone got the beacon? Clive hasn't got the beacon, has he? Maybe no one's got the beacon. Matt says, what was Ben Nevis like? Any bits that stretched your comfort zone in terms of technical ability exposure? Matt, I've done it. I did it before and got timed out last year, 2 years ago. Yes, I mean it's probably one of the scariest races I've done. One of them. I've done other similar ones. I'd say it is the one that has stretched my technical ability the most, because you go along what's called the CMD arête, the Cairn Mordeg arête, which is a very sharp, a knife edge arête, a knife edge ridge to climb up to the top of Ben Nevis. So it's from Cairn Mordeg or Dag, which is one mountain summit, and it's the link between those two summits, Ben Nevis and Cairn Mordeg, and it's called the CMD arête, and it is scary. Not impossible by any means. Not as scary as the one on Snowdon that now escapes me. Well done, everybody. That's the end, by the way. Finished. Crib Goch, yes, Crib Goch over in Wales. It's not quite as knife edge as that, or scary as that, but it does. Yeah, it definitely stretches my technical ability. I do have to just kind of steel myself to get across it, but I can do it, and I did it a lot quicker this year than I did 2 years ago. I'm a lot more confident on it now than I used to be.
You, and well done to everyone who ran today.
Victoria's got to get back to work. So yes, let me just get my buttons correct so I know where I'm going. There we go. Clive Finnemore says, well done, everyone. Leo says, when I saw that time you missed out on, I was annoyed for you regardless. Who we are, we live and learn. There next year. Had to defer. Yeah, okay, so Leo is there next year. Yes, I mean, just it is what it is, isn't it? I just messed up. And I'll be doing it next year. I'll definitely do it next year. But yeah, that CMD arête is scary, but it's doable. It's right up there with the other most technical races I've done, Matt. Teeny Beard says, thank you guys. John Farrell says, well done all. So that's it. That's the Film My Run 500 done. Thank you very much for taking part, everyone. And we'll see you. I'll try and remember to get Victoria to do some streaming tonight. Fingers crossed we'll get something on tonight. Let's see actually what there is. Hang on. Let's see. Are we plugged in? Yeah, we are. Okay, so events. So events tonight. We have ZLDR race or not to race. We've got the Spanish runners at 7 o'clock. We've got the Zwift Academy run. That's another one of those orientation runs, isn't it? We may do that. That's at 7 o'clock. Or we've got the pack run step by step at 19:45. I'll have a chat with Victoria. Perhaps we'll do the Zwift Academy orientation run again. And if Victoria wants to run a bit further, we could run a bit further afterwards. perhaps we'll do that. So that's on the 5k loop on Watopia tonight. So I'll have a word with Victoria and see what she'd like to do. John Farrell, I'll join tonight at work at the moment. Stephen Smith, hello Stephen. He says well done all. Leo says take care, catch you two later. He's got a 5k time trial tonight with the club, so looking forward to that. Good luck, Leo. Have fun with that. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. So, yeah, back on tonight, and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.